Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Reforms come with pains, but inevitable, says federal government. Saudi government, 177 Nigerians came with irregular visas. We did no wrong, says Air Peace. Labour calls off strike after talks with NSC and ministers. UK Supreme Court rules government's Rwanda court rules Rwanda's asylum policy unlawful. War to Shebu, run for governor. Government's efforts okay to halt soaring inflation. Senate moves to create federal data bank. An appeal court affirms Sanwo-Olu's victory. Navy stops UAE-bound stowaways. Okay, which story are we starting with?
So I have the Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia had returned some Nigerians on the Air Peace flights that landed in their country. And this caused, of course, wahala online. So they are explaining that the 177 Nigerians that were aboard that airline came into their country with irregular visas, and they did not have the proper documentations. And Air Peace said that's not the fact. Even if they did, Air Peace is not a chartered airline. There's what they use, daily airline. I crammed it to the thing, I've left my head. So that, they are flights in and out, operating their private business. They're not one of these hard flights that, where they come in, they have a go-back policy.
Yeah.
But to compel them to go back with Nigerians who had paid for their visas, who have landed their country, is another matter entirely. Yeah. So that was where the issue started. But the Saudi Arabians insist...
Who's bearing the cost?
They put it on Air Peace. That's why Air Peace, raised the issue. So that's why they are insisting that as long as Nigerians come into their countries without valid papers, they must be taken back.
Okay. So, major headlines. So, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, has said that the pains we're facing are inedible, but we definitely, there's going to be brighter days ahead. According to him, it could have been costlier for the country to delay or put off these reforms. And these reforms that they're engaging on will definitely make things better very soon. The minister is confident that the policies will enable the country to fulfill its potential, so there is no going back on the reforms. Wale Edun also, he was speaking at the Nigeria Editors Conference in Uyo Oka. Everybody is there right now. And he said that government has put measures in place to boost the confidence of domestic and international investors. According to him, President Tinubu has focused on rapid, sustained, and inclusive growth. He says that Mr. President and his team have embarked on a series of reforms towards restoring economic growth, creating jobs, reducing poverty, chiefly by securing the nation and achieving macroeconomic stability. Okay. Any other story in nation?
Yes, I'm going to take
Labour. Okay, no, okay.
No, not Labour. I'm taking the story from...
You don't have the story. The Navy stops to...
The Senate has moved to create a data bank. So the Senate yesterday, they commended this move. The Federal Data Bank is going to be a coalition. It's a bill for an act to be establishing this Federal Data Bank that would cover every sector of the economy. It will provide data for development. It will provide data for public and service sector. It was presented during the plenary, and it was sponsored by Senator Jimoh Ibrahim of APC Ondo South. I love the fact that we're getting a coalition, like a central place where you can get all the data. According to him, he said it's critical for the economy to grow that we have a data bank that any vibrant economy was able to pull out information when needed on the risk, internal processes, the volume, velocity, value, plenty English, and that the federal bank, the federal government and stakeholders would invest in the data bank to ensure that it will be able to drive the growth as agenda, centralized information for everything, that the economy, health. Yeah. I think it's an amazing idea. We're not short of ideas. We just need to execute it well.
Okay.
The story I took in Punch. Okay. I can take it here if you want.
Okay, move on to Punch. Let's move on to Punch. Labour suspends strike. OPS stakeholders tackle NLC and TUC. Navy arrests 4 stowaways on board Dubai vessel. LP welcomes Atiku's merger proposal. NNPP gives conditions. Lagos State government dislodges arrests and street trailers in Oshodi and others. Lagos Kogi Rivers lead as inflation hits 27.33%. FG reduces charges against Emefiele, strikes, stalls arraignment. Okay, Why want to take a story in Punch?
Yeah.
The stowaway story.
Yes.
While you're looking for that, let me take the story of Lagos State government. So, in a bid to rid the state of street trading, the Lagos State government on Wednesday said it dislodged and arrested street traders operating in the Oshodi-Agege Motor Road area of Ikeja GRA Old Secretariat. This was made by the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources on Wednesday. Said the operatives of the Lagos State carried out the operation, acted on directives of the Commissioner, Mr. Tokumbo Wahab. The arrested environmental defaulters were taken into the headquarters and handed over to the corporate appropriate section of for further action. And the Permanent Secretary of the Environment, that's Mr. Gaji Omobolaji, in a statement warned that anyone apprehended will be made to face prosecution at the established mobile court. So, in trying to clear out the environmental degradation going on across the state, they are clearing some of these, are dislodging some of these traders. But as you do that, you have to give them some kind of conditional to come back, because many of them are complaining that they're on social media crying and saying that they've taken all their goods, and many of them, they have been fed daily. I mean, these are their daily transactions that they need to feed for their family. So they need those stores. But government has to provide some kind of option for them, because the truth is that I know they shouldn't be on the roads, but we should have to find somewhere else for them to be, because...
Many of them were saying we voted because we believed that you were going to give us a better country, and now it's making it look like those that did not vote for you are now... They are telling us and it's going far.
Yes, it's trending.
That's where resentment comes in.
Yeah. No, you can't resent your country, but
not your country, but that is where resentment...
Yes. We communicate the best...
That is where resentment comes in. Yeah. But having said that, I mean, I was passing a street the other day, and the traders took 3/4 of the street.
Yes, they do that.
So what do? There is nowhere for the car to pass.
Exactly.
So I think what government should now do is go and build shops.
Affordable.
Affordable.
It has to be affordable.
But people won't go to, you and I won't go to the shops. We'll rather park on the road and buy, because it's convenience.
Something happened that affected me recently in Ketu.
You go and look for them.
Shops are demolished, and the real owners whose shops were demolished are not given the opportunity to first refusal before they sell. It's compulsory, and you must do a plan for them to pay over time.
So it's not a hot topic. It's not a hot topic.
It's another matter. I have a major headline. Want to go on a break?
Yes, let's go on a break. Continue this review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.